Hey, looky
Hi.
there. Hey, Tiffany, long time no see.
I know. Wait, you're over there.
Oh, yeah. Hey, Tiffany.
It's time for Perma Treat Wet Nose Wednesday.
Yay! Thanks for joining us today for our first Perma Treat Wet Nose Wednesday of 2021. Brand spanking new year. Fantastic. We're going to try to find some wonderful dogs, some wonderful homes. And for that, we will welcome to the show once again Leslie at the Old Dominion Humane Society, located on Lafayette in Spotsy. Good morning, Leslie. How are you? Yay!
Good morning, you two. Thank you so much for having us. We're super excited to be back in 2021. And I guess before we get started, I want to tell you, obviously 2020, everyone, it was a tough year, right? But
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
It was still a great year for Old Dominion. We brought in 1,206 dogs last year, and we adopted out 1,195 dogs last year. So
Wow.
it was still a great year for us. So and we're just hoping that this year will be even better. So excited about what's to come. So
Yeah, that's fantastic. What a great set of numbers you just dropped on us. We want to keep that momentum going right into 2021.
yeah, and we hope to this year, especially, we're going to be growing this year. So next year when I come back on for the first Wet Nose Wednesday of 2022, I think you're going to see even bigger numbers. But just a big first shout out to everyone who has volunteered, fostered, donated, and adopted to make that possible. And because we are hoping to grow in 2021, if you are interested at all in fostering with us or volunteering for us, please go to our website, that website we talk about over and over again. And you can get information about how to do that, as well as how to adopt any of the dogs we're showing you today, or any of the dogs that are coming up for adoption. So olddominionhumanesociety.org is your magic type in. So
Gotcha. And I think, Tiffany, I speak for both of us. We want to thank you for taking the time not only to do this today, but for doing it in the cold, because it's not warm out right now. This is probably the coldest we've ever done, right?
I think it is. One thing, I volunteer a lot, and I come to walk the dogs pretty much almost every morning. So, I'm acclimated to this. It's all good. So I'm just, usually I'm moving, but I'm standing in place right now. So it's not too bad. At least it's not
All
raining.
right.
It's not raining or snowing. So we're good. All
Well,
right.
good.
Are you guys ready to meet some of our babies?
Yes.
Let's go.
Let's bring them.
Okay. First off, let me say that a couple of them are brand spanking new to us. We just yesterday we brought in 17 dogs. Oops. Okay. All right, good. I was like, am I still there? We brought in 17 dogs from Halifax, which is down south, and their animal shelter was overcrowded, and so they had to they came up, and we're gonna find them home. So first one, she's not brand spanking new. This is Jayla. There she is. There she is.
Oh, look at the sweater.
Yeah, she has her sweater on because she's cold too. Yeah.
Oh.
She's got the
That's
cutest little yeah. So this is Jayla. She is 4 years old, and she is really a sweet girl. She gets along great with other dogs. She's a little bit shy. She's actually one that my current foster is getting adopted today, I think. So I may take her home and see how she does and foster her until she finds her home. But so that we can get her out of her shell a little bit. But she's a little shy, but she does get along great with other dogs, and she's super sweet. And the one thing that you should know about her, if you see her and you're falling in love, if you have cats, she should not go to a home with cats, okay? She was in a home with cats.
Sorry.
That wasn't a good fit. So we'll just tell you now. We're going to try to give you as much information as we can about every dog we have. And again, go to the website, because we write up a bio for all of our dogs, and then that way you'll know if they're a good fit for you. So that's sweet Jayla. And
is she
she's about 4 years old.
And is she easy to get the sweater on and off? Is she really good with that if you want to dress her?
She was super good with, yes, she didn't really seem to mind it too much. I mean, she's got her tail between her legs right now, but I don't think it's about the sweater. I'm pretty sure it's because she's outside on camera. So
Gotcha.
Yeah, she's a very cooperative dog. So she's very sweet. Yeah. So that's Jayla. And like
can't have it.
If you go to our website, because we are still unfortunately in this COVID world, we are not doing open adoptions right now. So everything we do is by appointment. But if you're interested in any dog, you just go to our website and you read their bio. And then if you're interested in meeting them, you fill out an application, and our volunteers are cranking it. I mean, they're cranking it as far as getting back to you with responses. Okay. So they will take a look at your application. If you're approved, they'll email you back and they'll set up a time either on Wednesday or Saturday so you can come in and meet the dog you want to meet. So unfortunately, like I said, we can't just do drop-ins like we used to. Hopefully we'll get back to that. But we really are. We've got this whole appointment thing down pat. We're getting kind of good at it. So again, first step is to go to the website and check out the bios. And we are doing our best as volunteers too to keep their bios updated so that you can find out everything you need to know about the dog you're interested in.
Awesome.
Okay.
Awesome.
All right. So we're waiting for our next dog. The pictures are starting to roll. That's Mop. I don't know who Chrissy's going to grab next. We'll see. Someone's not being. Someone's. Oh. I see who Chrissy brought. I need to back up. Okay.
Oh, we got a big
one? We've got Nico.
Oh, wow.
Come here, Nico. Hi.
Wow.
Right,
I love the name.
Nico's a little excited. Come here, Nico. All right. So Nico just also came from Halifax with his brother. Hi, baby. He's a big fuzzball. And you notice he does not need a sweater on this morning. He's
no kidding, right?
And the thing about Nico is he's kind of still a puppy because he just turned 1 year old. So he and his brother both just turned 1. We're not exactly sure why their owner surrendered them. We know they were spending a lot of time outside. And even though, yes, they have a lot of fur, I still, we want our animals to be inside dogs as much as possible. So that's Nico. If you're looking for an active younger guy with lots of fuzzy fur, he's your guy. Come here, buddy. Okay.
And Leslie, would it be fair?
Yes.
I was just going to say, would it be fair to say a dog like Nico, probably a more experienced dog owner, maybe not a first-time dog owner for that? Because it seems the size, the smarts.
I think you're definitely right about that. Or especially, even though we don't breed label, I will say that, you guys can kind of tell what his breed is. So some people are very specific, are very good with that particular breed. So, because he's young, because he's big, and because of his breed, you definitely want to make sure that you're an active family. I would say probably a fenced-in yard, unless you're somebody who's like out walking 2-3 times a day. And one thing we were going to say too, just keep in mind, they just got here, but Nico and his brother, they are going to Dog Crazy for grooming on Friday. So you see that big puffball. He's still going to be a big puffball on Friday, but he's going to be a lot prettier after he gets groomed at Dog Crazy. So again, that particular breed, you got to make sure you keep up with their grooming needs as well. So there he is posing for you. So
wow, what a picture! What a dog!
Yeah.
Wow.
And, he has his beautiful eyes. You can kind of see his brother's behind in the picture too. So yeah. So both of them are up for adoption. And even though they came together, they do not need to be adopted together. So don't think that you like, oh gosh, I need to adopt them both. No, they can be separated and they can be adopted to separate homes. So that's Nico. So I'm sure he's going to be a popular guy.
Yeah, I would think. Beautiful animal.
Yeah. All right. So next, we're going to talk about what we say like special needs animal. Okay. Now, Gus isn't a special needs guy in the sense that he has any health problems. He's not special needs that he has to be on a special diet or anything. His special needs is that he just has a really particular personality. Okay. He's the cutest darn thing ever. All right. But he definitely has a history because we think that he probably doesn't have the best history with men because he doesn't tend to trust men that much or like them as much. So we're kind of looking for Gus to have a home with a woman or woman pack leader because that's definitely who he responds best to and who he's happiest with. But when you see him, I mean, all the ladies are going to fall in love with him because look at him. I mean, so there he is. But the best thing about Gus is he's got tiny little legs. So, but you can see he loves us. And it doesn't mean that he necessarily has to go to a home completely without men. But it would just have to be, we just need to be really selective because we want to make sure that Gus is a good fit for your family. But he's definitely got a great personality. We just want to make sure he's not defensive with anybody he goes home with. Because this next place he goes, we want him to be there forever. You want to show off your cute little legs, buddy?
Oh,
Yeah.
look at him.
Yes! So you can see, we call Gus a low rider, okay? He got a big body and little legs. So that's Gus.
Wow, he's adorable.
He is. And while he's here with us until he finds his forever home, he's pretty spoiled. So he comes out and then he wants to go back in. His favorite thing is a peanut butter bone. We fill marrow bones with peanut butter and freeze them. And Gus comes out, does his business, runs a few laps, and goes right back inside because he knows he's getting a peanut butter bone. So anyway,
Nice.
That's special needs. So just so you know, it's the bios. We do our very best to keep everybody's bios updated so that if there's anything special that you need to know about a dog, like would this be a good fit for me? Especially special needs guys, we're going to let you know because we don't want to set them or you up for failure. So that's Gus. So, ladies out there, if you're looking for a cute little guy, he's your guy. All right.
What a baby.
I may have to take you up on that one.
Oh, okay. So, we're going to get Steve a dog in 2021 and we're going to get Tiffany a dog in 2021. All right. That's our goal.
There you go.
Right, before I show you when we were going through the pictures, I wanted to talk about Fern today, and she's not here. But when we start scrolling the pictures, I'll point who she is. The only reason she's not here is because she just came to us yesterday, again from Halifax down south, and our friends over at the Kitchen Spay and Neuter Clinic had a cancellation, and they were able to take her in to get spayed. So we don't pass that up because that means she can get adopted that much sooner. So she's over there getting spayed. But Fern is a newbie as well, and she had tugs at my heartstrings. That was Gus right there. There's Nico, and I'll see if Fern comes up next. There's Jayla, who we met. There's Fern. There she is. So she's over at getting spayed right now. But Fern, she came from an animal hoarding case down south. There were 179 animals being hoarded at this property. Now, there wasn't all 179 dogs. It was 179 total animals. So she was one of them. So she's here with us now. And we're excited to find her a home. And, I'm sure she'll do great with other animals, just hopefully not 179 of them. That's a lot of animals to share attention with. So she'll probably get a little bit more love and attention in a smaller environment. So anyway, she's over there getting spayed. So she's going to be ready for adoption that much sooner. Just a reminder, all of our animals are fully vetted when they go home. So they're spayed or neutered. They have a microchip. They have their rabies shot and their distemper shot. So they are totally ready to go.
And I just got to point back to Fern there. That was the perfect dog picture. Symmetrically, right there, her nose was right between the. How do you the nose placement between the cage? That's amazing.
The perfect doggy eyes.
Yeah.
Well, there might have been a peanut butter bone on the other side,
Oh. Well, however you got the shot, that's a perfect picture.
Yeah, she's a sweet girl. And speaking of sweet, our last guy we're going to talk about, he also came from Halifax. And he really did come from the animal shelter because he was brought in as a stray over about a year ago. And they kept him as their office dog for a year. So all the people who work there have taken turns kind of bringing him home. But they finally decided as a group that, you know what, we love this guy and we should find him a forever home. And so he came to us yesterday. He's also in his sweater. And this is Mom. So
Mom looks like Baby Yoda.
Yeah, Baby Yoda. And he's got his sweater on and he's cold. Now, you will see one thing about Mop is he does have one bad eye. He's blind in one eye. He's an older guy. But we don't want you to scare that. Let this scare you off because First of all, he can see really great out of his one eye, and the other eye, a vet has said you don't need to do anything with that eye, just leave it alone. So he doesn't need any surgery or any special care. It just is the way it is. So, he's cold even with this sweater on. So
Oh,
he's
poor
used
little
to
guy.
being in the office all day. Yeah. So we know that Mop is going to find a home really, really fast. But like I said, he's a really special guy to them down there in Halifax. So we promised that we would find him a really great home. So that's Mop. He's a little guy, like I said, he's a little bit older. Definitely one of those, he's not going to need a ton of exercise and he'll like to go outside, maybe go for a little stroll. But if you're kind of looking for a cuddling lap dog, Mop's your guy. So that's him.
And once again, Leslie, I got to give you props. You've delivered on every possible lifestyle. We've had big, we've had small, we've had active and young, and we've had a little older and more docile. I mean, you brought something for everybody today.
Yep. And that's really our goal, guys. So, we want to save as many dogs as possible. And we do that. One of the ways to do that is bringing in as many different kinds of dogs as we can, because we know that, every family has a different need. And so, again, we just want to save as many dogs as we can. So the more variety we have, then, the more we can get those dogs homes to all of you guys. So
I hope we find homes for all of the animals today. You're watching the crawl right there. If you're joining us on Perma Treat Wet Nose Wednesday, Old Dominion Humane Society.org is probably the easiest and best place to start the process.
Yep. Visit that website to adopt our babies, to come volunteer with us, or to foster for us.
I love it. Leslie from the Old Dominion Humane Society, thank you so much.
Thank you.
What a great kickoff to 2021.
Okay,
yeah, thank
you guys. I'll see you soon.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Thank you. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you too.